Breaking news! The Philadelphia Eagles are gearing up to defend their Super Bowl title, and with the 2025 NFL Draft fast approaching, the excitement in the city is electric. Howie Roseman and the front office have 8 picks spread across the first 5 rounds, with the opportunity to reload and bolster an already elite roster. The first-round pick, 32nd overall, brings the unique challenge and privilege of being the last team in the standings. A reward for being champions, but also the responsibility of reaching that milestone again. We have something very important to share with you today, but first make sure you've hit the like button if you've been an Eagles fan for over 18 years. There are people here who were at the games in the 70s. It's great to see you here, maximum respect. With each passing generation, it's a thrill to see fans still wearing the green and white. If possible, write down the year of the first Eagles game you watched below. And now, let's talk about potential changes. Let's get right to it. With this first-round pick, the Eagles are expected to sign Walter Nolen, the explosive defensive tackle from Ole Miss. Previously the number 1st overall recruit in his high school class, Nolen brings a rare blend of agility, power, and violence to the trenches. At 300 pounds, he's not just a space taker. This guy moves. In his lone season at Ole Miss, after transferring from Texas A&M, he recorded 6.5 sacks, 14 tackles for loss, and 35 pressures. He's a dual threat, dominant against the run and disruptive against the pass rush. The Eagles could be finding their next cornerstone on the defensive line, especially with Milton Williams likely to leave. If Nolen falls due to character issues, as Jalen Carter did, Philadelphia could land another bargain on draft day. Sliding into the second round, the Eagles might shock fans by selecting tight end Mason Taylor from LSU. Taylor isn't just another prospect. He's the son of NFL Hall of Famer Jason Taylor. At 6 feet 5 inches, 251 pounds, and running a 4.68 40-yard dash, his physical profile jumps off the page. His college numbers weren't off the charts, but his 55 receptions on 79 targets in 2024, combined with just 1 drop, show reliability and growth potential. Taylor brings natural hands, solid route running instincts, and a big catch radius. More than that, he's a willing blocker, something the Eagles will need if they do, in fact, part ways with Dallas Goedert, as recent team rhetoric might suggest.
In the 3rd round, the spotlight shifts to a potential hidden gem, offensive tackle Charles Grant out of William and Mary. This guy screams Stoutland University. At 6 feet 5 inches, 311 pounds with 35-inch arms and a massive 7-foot wingspan, Grant has the physical tools to become a beast in the trenches. He ran a 5.05 40, showcasing solid athleticism for a man his size. Though he's coming from a small school, his technique and tenacity stand out. A former high school wrestler, Grant brings that gritty, leverage-savvy edge to his game. He gave up only 2 sacks in 767 snaps last year and graded out exceptionally well per PFF. With Jeff Stoutland overseeing his development, the sky's the limit for this kid. Round 4 brings us to Braden Swinson, the edge rusher from LSU. Standing 6 feet 4 inches, 255 pounds with nearly 34-inch arms, Swinson has the traits Vic Fangio could mold into a dangerous stand-up edge threat. In 2024, he registered 60 pressures and 8.5 sacks in the brutal SEC, showing he's capable of rising to the moment. He's a bit of a late bloomer, but his knack for forcing fumbles and punching out the ball adds to his intrigue. He's not a finished product, but as a rotational piece with high upside, he could thrive under Fangio's system. Now we dive into a 5th round that is absolutely stacked with picks. With the first of 4 selections in this round, the Eagles might look to bolster the secondary with Denzel Burke out of Ohio State. This guy started 51 games for the Buckeyes, more than any other player on their national championship squad. At 5 feet 11 inches, 186 pounds, he's got the frame and quick feet to stick with receivers, even if he did struggle a bit against Oregon's speed. In 2024, he gave up 413 yards and 2 touchdowns on 47 targets, which isn't terrible considering the high level of competition. He's a savvy, instinctive corner with solid ball skills, and with Christian Parker's reputation for developing DBs, this could be another home run in the making. The next pick might address the offensive interior, tapping once again into that rich Georgia pipeline with Dylan Fairchild. A mauler at 6 feet 5 inches, 318 pounds, Fairchild has the raw strength, benching 440 pounds and squatting 570 to anchor the line in the run game. He's still developing, but that's fine. The Eagles don't need him to start right away. With coaching from Stoutland, Fairchild could become a vital depth piece and potentially more down the line. We're not done yet. The Eagles may also grab a running back here, and Ollie Gordon could be the choice. The Oklahoma State bruiser is built for punishment at 6 feet 1 inch, 226 pounds. He's not a burner, running a 4.64, but he's got that DeMarco Murray gallop, the kind that builds momentum with each step. His 2023 season was monster level, 285 carries for 1,700 yards and 21 touchdowns. He's not just a runner either. He caught 29 passes last year and had 0 drops. With Kenneth Gainwell off to Pittsburgh and A.J. Dillon a question mark due to injury, Gordon gives Philly a rugged option to spell Saquon Barkley and grind out tough yards. And finally, the 5th-round haul might close out with Alabama safety Malachi Moore. While he's not the most explosive athlete, 4.5740, Moore is a gritty, versatile defender and a 2-time team captain. He's a tone setter with 486 career special teams snaps, a huge plus if Sidney Brown shifts into a full-time defensive role. Moore plays bigger than his frame and brings leadership and discipline, even if he did have that one emotional outburst against Vanderbilt. It's the kind of pick that strengthens special teams and adds reliable depth in the secondary. So that's the second mock draft breakdown ahead of the 2025 NFL Draft. 8 picks, each one packed with promise. The Eagles are drafting like a team that knows exactly what it's doing, shoring up depth, grabbing high upside prospects, and continuing to build a roster that can compete at the highest level. But I want to hear from you, Eagles Nation. What do you think about this mock draft haul? Who's your favorite pick? Is there a sleeper here you think could be a star in midnight green? Drop your takes in the comments. Let's talk about it. Now let's pick up right where we left off because this mock draft is far from just a wish list. It's a blueprint for how the Philadelphia Eagles can maintain their dominance in the NFL while preparing for the future. We've already gone through the first 8 selections, and every single one of them feels like it fits the long-term vision of this franchise: physicality, versatility, leadership, and upside. But what makes this mock even more fascinating is the broader context surrounding it. Let's zoom out for a second and remember that the Eagles don't just have these 8 picks in 2025. They've got 20 total picks over the next 2 drafts, 2025 and 2026 combined. That's a massive arsenal for a team that just lifted the Lombardi Trophy. And with Howie Roseman's track record of maneuvering during the draft, pulling off 8 trades in a single draft last year, it's almost guaranteed that some of these picks will be involved in deals, whether that's to move up, move back, or secure veterans. Back to the picks. One theme that runs deep through this mock is trust and player development. Mason Taylor may not have put up Brock Bowers level numbers, but the Eagles coaching staff under Nick Sirianni has shown a consistent ability to bring the best out of raw prospects. The same goes for Charles Grant and Dylan Fairchild. These aren't plug-and-play stars, but with Jeff Stoutland mentoring them, they don't need to be. They just need to have the tools, and boy do they have them. Ollie Gordon might be one of the most underrated pieces in this draft class. He's not going to blow anyone away with a 4.340 time,